Teresa Melvin, welcome to Culture Kids. I am so excited to have you here. How are you today?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for bringing me on here.
My pleasure, definitely. We met at the first quarter of the year, I guess, or second quarter of the year, at the beginning, at NFT San Diego. You were a speaker, and so was I. And you had this infectious energy. You were there with your family. I saw your art. Your family was so supportive and excited, and so were you. We took some photos together. And I'm like, oh, I want you on the show. You said yes, and here we are. So thank you so much, like, for being here, and we're in October now. So we're here for the long term, right? Like, you being an artist, how did you pivot into NFTs? How did that happen?
First of all, I've always been into art, ever since a young age. And I've never heard of the term NFTs or the metaverse, or crypto or anything like that before. So when I heard it for the first time, it was last year in August. I was just posting my artworks, doing artworks and posting them on Instagram. But then that's when my dad, um, thought it would be a great idea to introduce me to in this into this space. um and he taught me the basics, and I would read the blogs that he sent me, because I was really confused at the beginning. But then once I made my first NFT of one of my original characters, Ava, I was really surprised to see how it sold out so fast, and I was interested in, and then I became interested slowly over this space, um, and learning what this space is, the NFT space, what NFTs are, stuff like that. And and all along the way of my NFT journey, I've met a lot of kid NFT artists. I met a lot of cool projects, and I've done so many cool things that I wouldn't have done before if I didn't join it. So yeah, a lot has happened since then, and now I've been speaking in multiple events as well, IRL NFT events, and I did one in the metaverse a few days ago. So a
Which
lot has
one?
happened. Um, I can't quite remember the
Was
name.
it We Dream Virtual? Was it We Dream Virtual Festival?
um, I'm not sure exactly.
Okay, I did the We
I
Dream
don't-
virtual. It was a 4-day festival in the metaverse. Cool. Yeah, and then there's NFT magazine, there's kid magazine. So there's so many
Mhm.
collaborations. Like, I feel like a kid too, like a kid in a candy store. A lot of adults in the space feel like a kid too, very invigorated and connected, because I've done, I mean, I don't know, I've been 9 NFT exhibitions internationally, like connecting with so many people.
Yeah.
So for you being, 13 that you are now, I have a niece and a nephew, 13 and 14. Where are places so other people like you where they can connect to other, people in your community? Where are some handles, people you admire, places that you can connect them to when you were first starting, that you got connected to and it was an opportunity, and that you're kind of pioneering now and saying, hey, I went here, you can go here.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn, and my handles are Teresa Melvin Art, which is my personal account, and Ava Ramona, which is about the project I'm going to launch about my two characters. And I'm part of this amazing community as well called NFT Kids Magazine, and you can check them out on Twitter and Instagram. So I'm part of this big community of NFT kids, and I could create their logo as well, which is super awesome, by the way. And yeah, the founder, she gives a lot of opportunities for kids like us who are in this space, because we want to shine in this space.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I think they were sponsors at NFT NYC, were or not NFT NYC, and NFT San Diego, where we met. I think they were sponsors and a part of NFT San Diego, which was really cool. And I
Yeah.
want to share that with my niece and nephew. They haven't been able to. They have wallets. I gift them, and get them NFTs to start their collection. But they haven't pivoted like you yet. So you mentioned your project that's coming up. Tell us more about your project, please.
Of course. So this project is called Ava Ramona. And it's about these two really fun original characters that I have. One's called Ava and the other one's called Ramona. I've had Ava and Ramona, these two characters, for a long time, even before joining this into this space. And they're very important to me because I feel like I can relate a lot to them, and they're kind of like my part of my personality. So, what this collection is, A Ramona collection is it's a generative collection of these two characters, and I have a website as well called avaramona.art where you can check out details about that as well. And it's gonna launch soon in October, this month. So
Ooh.
it's really exciting. Yeah,
Well, I hope this doesn't sell
because
out too fast because I don't know if this will air in November, October or November. So, what's the number on it? I'm giving people FOMO already.
so it's going to be 1,300 piece generative collection.
Great.
And yeah, um, I want to focus this on a lot of kids in the space and the parents in the space as well. I really want these two characters to relate to a lot of kids out there, and be like an inspiration for them. And I want to take this project beyond just NFTs. I want to do a lot of things with it, like learn more stuff like how to make a comic book about these two characters or how to animate them,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Smart.
I have a lot of plans for the future.
Great.
And the
Oh,
yeah.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, and like the fund where when people collect it, the fund that I get from it, it goes to a physical studio that I want to build in the future, and it also goes to charity as well for kids' education,
Yeah.
like Make a Wish,
Love that.
which
Love
is
that.
like yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah,
Yeah. And then just so you know, I don't know if you could tell by my voice or not, or if you knew or not, but I do voiceovers. So when you want like a promo or like if you're ready to go full production, cool. But if you just want to like do a test A to B, think about me as your friend. You can count on me. I have, a pro studio and everything to record voiceover. So if you want a character to come to life, I do little boy voices, girl voices, whatever. But also I'm with one of the top 5 voiceover agencies in the world. So we have a lot of voiceover actors like friends, with different dialects and things of that nature. So as you're building something out and being a pioneer, that's the thing about our community. We offer our services and friendship and kinship and collaborative things. So, think of me when, just take a mental note like, oh, like it would be cool to have you could be your voice, obviously, but if you're like, oh, I want different voices or do 5 or 3 voices or whatever, like I'm your friend, think of me, we can make it happen for you. You know what I'm saying? It'd be fun to do that, to see those characters. I'm excited to see them, but have them come to life too.
yeah. Thank you so much. Actually, that's really awesome to have like a voice to these characters as well. So thank you so much. And
You're welcome.
whenever I need a voice for them, I can call you.
Yeah, yeah. And chinakas.com on my website, when you just click voiceover, you can hear my animation reel and my commercial reel. So you can give them a listen too. I'll put them in the show notes for the person tuning in. So if they want to hear my voices. But that's the cool thing about, when I was in Clubhouse earlier on, it was like all these PFP projects. And it's like, and I was in Clubhouse talking, and I'm a natural walking, talking cartoon character, and I was saying, oh, they'd be super cool if we put voices. And that's what a lot of people are doing now, developing shows and animations and things, video games, things of that sorts for the project. So I'm excited for your journey. I support you and
Thank you.
yeah, growing with you. And I'll, share it on my socials and things of that nature. I know we're following each other. So what are like a couple of things that come to your heart, mind, and soul for education and safety, and maybe mindset and mind growth that you want to tell your fellow, artists and peers, coming new into the space, like, with the support system? What are some maybe things you've learned along the way that you want to pay it forward and share?
Of course. In my journey, what I've learned so far is, you know, it's okay if you make mistakes, because making mistakes is what really helps you learn. And don't be afraid to try something. You never know how it's gonna go, if it's gonna go good or bad, but it's good to try something new, and get out there and let people know who you are. Because, if you're being shy and if you don't talk, then nobody's gonna know who you are. So it's important that you get yourself out there. And also, I would say to be your own boss, which basically means like, you know, do what you want to do, and do it for a purpose. Um, and yeah, that's the advice I've got throughout my journey. And yeah.
So, what's your purpose?
My purpose is to inspire a lot of kid artists, kid creators around the world, and that's what I really want to do in the future. But also grow myself as an artist and a person, and to just learn more, and yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And then, where are you from originally?
I was born in India, yeah, and then I moved to Texas in the U.S.
Where in India?
There's a place called Kerala, and yeah,
Okay.
that's where I was born.
I have family friends. They're not my blood related family, but we travel the world together and they're from India. They're from Goa. So they took me to India. We took a trip around the world together and I went to the Golden Temple. I don't know if you've been there or not. And I also
That is so cool.
yeah, yeah. And then when we were at the Golden Temple, we drove north 45 minutes and they have a changing of the guards at the Wagah border, and it's where Pakistan and India meet, and they do changing of the guards, and I saw the whole ceremony, and I like doing photography as a hobby, so I recorded all of it. It was so cool. It was so much fun. And that was one of my prolific experiences in India. And so I love the culture and the food. Um, how do you see, if any, connecting your culture with NFTs and paying it forward with your community? Do you do that at all? Like, how's the vibes there with your culture?
Actually, about that, I made an NFT before, and it was a collaboration with an animation um an animation person as well. And it was called Palakkad Vibes, and it was about my two characters. It was basically what it would be like if they visited Palakkad. Um, which is where I, lived as well. So, that I really wanted to show, my experiences, what I've done in my life through these characters. So, um, yeah, yeah.
Very cool, very cool. And I mean, I just foresee probably being a pioneer and creating a lot of space, internationally. So that's so cool. Thanks for sharing that. It's really exciting. Hopefully, in the near future, I can introduce you to my niece Lana. She draws anime, really cool. So maybe there could be a collaboration there in the near future. But I'll keep you posted in that area. uh,
Awesome. That would be cool.
yeah, yeah. So are you going to Art Basel this year? Like, how does that look for you?
I'm not completely sure. I have to ask my dad on that.
Very cool. Very cool. And so what are you, so the project's coming out and then just creating art. Are there any other exciting things you're looking forward to in the near future that you want people to know about?
Hmm. Um, I'm not exactly sure other than my project. But yeah, I'm just like continuing to grow in this space. I don't have like any um like plans that I have for like the future, but I'm just going with it.
Going with it. And then when you're on stages,
Yeah.
because you've been on stages at Expoverse, NFT San Diego, and I know other stages, what's a common
hmm
thing that comes up, or what do you like to talk about when you're on those stages in the flow? What some things you talk about on stages?
When I'm on stages, I like to share like my experiences, and I like sharing the advice and what people can learn from what they what they listen to me on stage. That's really how I like to talk on stage. That's kind of how I see it because there's all these people that are in the audience. They're coming to hear me and all these other amazing kid artists. So you know, I think of it as, how I could help the audience when I speak
Mhm.
on stage.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Great. So you're just really open and receptive to like being in the flow and the now and what's happening.
Yeah, and I don't like to, get nervous just because there's people looking at me because, basically it's like when I'm in a Twitter space, except for like I'm there in real
Yeah.
life. Um, it's not really something that I get a lot really nervous about. It's just really fun
Yeah.
actually.
And so some of your friends in the space who are your peers, if you want to give them a shout out on the podcast, like who are some artist friends of yours you want to maybe give a shout out to?
Of course. There's Valeria. She's founder of Girlies. And then there's Abstract Jacob. There's Kitty Cats, Rainbow Mosho. There's a lot. And I said before NFT Kids magazine,
Yeah.
so there's that as well.
That's so cool. And then do you have a list of like all your artist friends? Because if you have like on your website or your blog of like all like your artist friends, it'd be cool to like I could put it in the show notes or something, or just so you like had them all in one area. It'd be really organized and as a collective. If everyone like maybe shared that, I don't know if the magazine will do it, but maybe that's like an idea to have, or maybe the magazine already has like it in one area, and I could just put the link to the magazine. That'd be really cool, so people can find your fellow artists too.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Very cool. Well, I really appreciate you joining me today. So where can everyone find you, your social media handles?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn as Teresa Melvin Art and also as Ava Ramona. And you can also go to my website called avaramona.art.
Beautiful. You are invited on my show anytime. And if you have any friends that you think would be like really amazing for the show, if they have something to promote, like I would love to have them on as well. I support you in your journey. I look
Mhm.
forward to seeing your new collection, and I'm a fan. And I'm not a collector yet, but I definitely want to have you in my collection. So I'm excited to make that happen as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for it's been a pleasure talking to you. And yeah,
Yeah, I'm
thank
so
you.
grateful you said yes and your parents said yes. You're the first person who is
Mm.
under 18 on my show. So, like
Oh,
yeah, you're the very first person on my show that's under 18. So, um it's really awesome. It's really special for me. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Well, okay, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and follow Teresa Melvin. All the links are below and share this episode with one person. Let's start there. Okay. One person who may be inspired by this, one person who could possibly be an artist or curious about NFTs or, want to follow more information. And then definitely, like I said, look at the show notes and follow the links. And we'll see you next time on Culture Kids. Thank you so much.